So, what happens when a government app, one that's supposed to protect your phone, ends up at the center of a huge national debate about privacy? Well, today we're going to dive into the story of Sanchar Saathi. It's an app that started out as a simple security tool and somehow got labeled a government spy.
You know that feeling, right? That sinking feeling in your stomach when you reach for your phone and it's just not there? The panic sets in. Your photos, your contacts, basically your entire digital life gone. It's a feeling we all know, and honestly, it's terrifying.
So, to tackle this exact problem, the Indian government stepped in with what on the surface seemed like a pretty straightforward solution.
And that solution was called Sanchar Saathi. It's an official app from the Department of Telecommunications, and its purpose sounded really helpful, right? It was designed to help you track down a lost phone, block any fake or fraudulent SIM cards connected to your name, and just generally help fight cybercrime. Kind of like a digital security guard right in your pocket.
But then, things took a turn. A single government order came down, and suddenly this helpful little tool became the center of a massive controversy. Okay, and here's the part that really lit the fuse. The government ordered all smartphone makers, we're talking Apple, Samsung, everyone, to pre-install the Sanchar Saathi app on every single new phone sold in India. So this wasn't something you'd choose to download from the App Store. Nope, it would just be there, right out of the box.
As you can imagine, this order immediately sparked a huge backlash. And pretty quickly, the opposition to it really boiled down to three main points.
First off, there were the huge privacy concerns. Then, people started asking, hey, what about user choice? And on top of all that, the smartphone industry itself started pushing back. It really was the perfect storm of opposition.
And the language people started using was pretty intense. Critics, from political leaders to tech experts, didn't just say this was an overreach. They gave it a new name, Jasusi app. And that translates to spying app. I mean, that's a seriously alarming accusation to level against a government app.
So the fear was that this whole finding lost phones thing was just a cover story. The real concern was that it was a surveillance tool, a backdoor for the government to monitor what people were doing on their phones. I mean, that's seen as a direct attack on the fundamental right to privacy. And it brought up this massive philosophical question. Should a government be able to force software onto your private property, onto your personal phone?
Okay, so with the controversy absolutely blowing up, the government knew it had to step in and address these accusations head-on.
So now you've got these two completely different stories floating around. On one side, you have the fear, this is a mandatory spying app. But on the other side, you have the government's official line, no, it's an optional security tool, its whole purpose is to stop fraud, and, this is the key part, you can uninstall it whenever you want.
And things came to a head on December 2nd, 2025. The communications minister, Jyotiraditya Scindia, held a press conference to address all of this directly, really trying to set the record straight and calm everyone down.
The minister was really clear. He said point blank, the app is not for spying, it's not for monitoring calls. And here's the most important thing he said. The app is optional. He clarified that even if it comes pre-installed on a new phone, you have total freedom to just delete it. They doubled down on the original mission. This is about blocking fake SIMs and tracking stolen phones, all to make things more secure for everyone. So after all of that, the accusations, the clarifications, where do things actually stand today? Well, it's kind of settled into this uneasy compromise. And this is where it gets a little bit messy. See, the government never actually withdrew the official order for pre-installation. It's still technically on the books, but by coming out and saying so publicly that the app is optional and you can delete it, they've pretty much taken all the teeth out of that mandate. Still, some tech experts aren't convinced. They're worried about the app having system-level access, which basically means it's buried deep in your phone's operating system, and that, they say, could still be a data security risk down the line. So that brings us to the big question, really. What do you make of all this? Is Sanchar Saathi a genuinely useful tool for security in a world that's, let's be honest, full of cyber threats? Or does that initial push to make it mandatory reveal something a little more worrying? It really gets to the heart of this constant tug-of-war between security provided by the state and our individual right to privacy. And that's a debate that is definitely not going away anytime